Overthinking and overplanning is killing your self-improvement, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you've watched some of my videos before, you would know I'm very enthusiastic about the whole self-improvement part of life. After trying to improve my own quality of life for so many years now, be it physically, mentally, spiritually, etc., there is one thing that, according to me at least, is not being talked about enough, and that is the importance of action over planning, action over thinking. Let's say you want to start a new hobby, activity, whatever it is that you think is going to be beneficial for you. Perhaps that could be going to the gym, learning a new skill, anything. Before you start, you do a lot of research, right? You're trying to figure out what's the best path for you. You want to know what you can do to start correctly and achieve success as early as possible. There's only one problem. It has happened to me, and I'm sure it has happened to a lot of you guys as well. We kind of become stuck in that whole planning aspect of it. We become stagnant. So eventually time passes and we become sort of an expert in that field, but you never actually started, did you? I mean, it's only natural before you start anything, you want to get all the information you can. You want to study the whole concept before diving into it. It's natural. But overdoing that phase of studying, over planning it, makes you, like I said, stagnant. You know, I thought of all this because I was talking to a friend the other day and he asked me about the boxing gym I train at. And so he was curious and I was like, wow, you're interested. That's amazing, man. You're gonna love it. Go to a class. And then he asked me, wait, do you guys jump rope at that gym? And I'm like, well, it's a kickboxing gym. Of course we jump rope. And then he goes, yeah, but you know what? I don't feel too comfortable jumping rope. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna buy my own rope. I'm gonna jump in my house at home, and when I feel comfortable, I'm just gonna go to a class. And as soon as I heard that, I thought to myself, he's never gonna feel ready, is he? And so I realized a lot of us have actually been there. You know, we want to start a new hobby, we want to start something, but we don't quite feel ready to start. So first of all, good on you for trying to make something out of your life and do something, and to try to make a plan. That's obvious. The fact of the matter is, the people who actually took action are the ones seeing results and not the ones who overthink and overplan and never actually start. Planning for too long or trying to figure out the best way to do it leads to inactivity. I've been through it, and a lot of you have been as well. And this is called information overload. What this does is it drains your mental energy. Just think of it like this. Let's say you want to start something and you start researching on it constantly, but your brain makes you believe you're already doing something on it when in fact you're not actually doing anything. You're not making any progress. And so you get this sort of dopamine hit that you would normally get after completing a certain task, after completing a productive task. You feel you've already made progress even when you actually haven't, and this goes on and on and on until you realize you haven't started nothing. And of course, you're not seeing results. I'm not sure if it's because there is some sense of insecurity surrounding it when it comes to start, but a lot of us don't go through it. Okay, we've talked about the main problem, so how do we get out of this never-ending cycle of never making progress? Because we don't start. The main solution, the one thing you need to understand is that you're never really gonna feel ready. You're not gonna be comfortable starting it. And the way you start is never going to be perfect. Nothing is going to be perfect. In fact, there is always going to be some doubt at the back of your mind, essentially telling you to back off. This is basically your brain trying to tell you to stay in your comfort zone because it's not familiar with whatever it is you're doing. But how do I start if I don't feel ready? I know it doesn't feel right, but the key simply is ignore how you feel and just take the necessary actions to start. What I'm trying to say is results and success are given to those who take action, not to those who sit around waiting to feel ready, because that sense of readiness is never gonna come. You need to accept that. Now, like I said, you're most likely not gonna feel comfortable doing it. So going back to the story of my friend, my advice to him would be to just get up on his ass and go to a trial class and forget the whole jumping rope part. Okay, that's not relevant. You need to push yourself and go through with it. Actually start because you're just gonna keep delaying it and delaying it, and of course you're never gonna make progress like that. So the other thing you need to embrace is that you will learn as you go along. You will start and you're not gonna feel it's perfect, because it's not. So let me give you another example. I started working out when I was like 14 or so, and looking back at it now, I realized I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And it took many years of trial and error until I finally perfected my training, and now I feel amazing with it. I said working out because I feel like many of you relate to that. Maybe you now have a workout routine that you feel comfortable doing it, but when you started, you probably didn't know what you were doing also. Now listen, planning in and of itself is okay. I actually encourage you to do it. Starting something without a proper and well thought out plan is, to put it simply, stupid. So my advice would be, plan it, but take no more than, say, 4 or 5 days. Well, of course, it depends on the complexity of the matter, of whatever it is you're trying to start. If it's too complex, then you're probably going to need a week or more. But what I'm saying is, you need to set up a start date, set up a deadline. You need to be strict on yourself and set up a deadline, because if you don't, you're most likely not going to follow through with it. I personally started implementing that, and by doing that, I pressure myself to learn everything I need to learn and plan everything I need to plan within a certain time period before I actually start, so I don't waste time. I know exactly when I'm going to start, I know exactly how I'm going to do it, and I follow through with it. Remember, success is seen through constant action, so stop wasting time. Accept the fact that it's not going to be perfect, it's not going to feel comfortable, but if you push yourself to start, you're going to feel ready later on, and you're going to feel great about it after what you've done. You're going to be proud of yourself if you start. If you're still not sure how to start on a lot of things self-improvement related, don't worry, I'm going to start posting a lot of videos going over very simplistic ways to actually start, whether that's fitness, social skills, your dating life, your looks, etc. Now that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching until the end. If you found it helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, until next time, I'm out.